Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Summer Finals, powered by Curse Voice. I'm Gandhi, joined by DM and my good buddy Aurora. How is everyone today?
I'm great until you lied about you and Aurora being friends.
Hey, I said good buddy. Yeah, you're right. Fair. I just met his today, I think it was. But anyway, so coming up first here on the day, we have the 5th-6 match, which is two teams you wouldn't have expected to be competing for 5th.
Yeah, for real.
It's Cloud9 and Fnatic. Fnatic is the first time they've actually placed outside of their placing.
Yeah,
it's insane.
This is kind of crazy. Clearly, they need to come in as the bottom seed. That's their goal from now on. Always be the bottom seed.
But that's such a harder bracket.
It's harder bracket than TSM and then maybe AFK and then finals?
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
Maybe that's the key to Europe. But
yeah, right?
I think, for me, it's really crazy how strong Europe has actually came out here. We've all slept on them after the last event because, well, they didn't win.
Yeah, that's true. And today, our second set of the day is going to be Titan and Paradigm, which is so crazy because Titan is currently seen as the strongest team in Europe, but Paradigm is like their counter.
Yeah,
they are the rock to the scissors.
They 2-0'd them in the summer split, and everything looked good. And then that's when Titan was also the best, was pre this meta. Remember when we casted that game, we were like, oh my god, they're splitting everything perfectly. Yeah. It was like clockwork. But now it's a brand new meta. But Titan, they have an analyst and a coach who acts as an analyst as well. So if anyone's going to be on top of the meta, it's got to be them.
Their support system is incredible. Both Bird and Captain Coach are two of the most influential members in the Smite scene, period. Both of whom should be seen with great regard and great admiration.
Agreed.
Most teams should be taking away, wow, look at what they're able to do.
Yeah.
Look at these two people. We need our own.
It's the little things. There's nothing bigger, right? But so, Aurora, here's my question for you. Cloud9 versus Fnatic going into this matchup, it's for 5th, right? Yeah. Are these guys going to be giving their all into it? Are we going to see some crazy picks? What are you expecting here?
Well, for me, if I was in this game, I would try my hardest.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would bring out interesting picks. Like picks where we would scrim with them and they wouldn't work.
Naja support.
Did he just say Naja?
Yeah, maybe Naja. We could see it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You actually run Naja support.
Yeah, I used to a lot in ranked. So
now, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you thought it was finished.
So we'll probably see picks that were played in scrims, but were never never found a home or a team comp. So it'll be interesting.
Naja
I'm excited.
Support.
Okay, exactly. Brandon, we get it. Naja support. Guys, keep in mind here, make sure you're getting your picks in for Alpha Draft here. It'll be locking in just a little bit.
It's really important because what's great about this matchup is at home, the Alpha Draft's still going on, right? Which is great because you have a chance to win some serious dollars off this game.
Right.
At the same time, the players don't have a lot to lose here, which is why we're going to see both teams probably get some pretty janky picks going on. Neither of them gets a boost in money. Since it's NA and EU separately, the seeding doesn't change.
It's about pride.
So it's pride.
It's 100% pride, and if Cloud9 disappoints me, it's going to happen.
Barra, I don't think, is playing again.
Yeah, well, I actually just saw Barra. He
is playing.
Barra is playing. Oh,
no,
Mackie is going to be playing. So I saw Barra, and he was sitting over there, and luckily for him, he's got a great girlfriend. She's spooning him Pepto-Bismol so he feels better, so he can support his team.
I got him bananas. I'm great too.
Are you really going to compare yourself? And on the screen here, you got Reels, who he is getting ready to star in the Blues Brothers.
That is Marcus from the block.
Ooh.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
It's my boy Marcus.
He starred in the show The Wire. Oh, man. Aurora, have you ever actually had a chance to play against Reels?
No, I haven't yet.
Lucky you.
I haven't played him in scrims either. I was in the EU scene for a little bit. But
That's right.
I never got a chance to play him, which is unfortunate. But I played him against a bunch of the other EU players. I played against all of Paradigm. They're really good. So
Paradigm.
Yeah. Is it Paradigm or Paradigm?
Paradigm.
Paradigm.
Paradigm is not.
It's not a word.
All right.
This is going to be a good game.
You're basically Adonis.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
That's awkward.
You're much better than Adonis, okay? You're much better than Adonis. But so one of the reasons I want to ask that is, so since you haven't played against him and, you're kind of in the same boat as us, we're a viewer, we have no experience. What have you thought about Real so far?
Yeah,
him as a player?
He's really, really good. Just the way he positions himself in fights, you could already tell how good he is. Playing against him would be really, really frustrating. That's what I was saying yesterday when we were watching the Fnatic games. just the way he weaves in and out of team fights. He just waits till his abilities are up. Like watching the Frey game, he would wait for his pulse, and he would go in, use his pulse, he'd run out, wait for it again, run back in, use his pulse, and then when people finally were able to collapse on him, he would ult, and you'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe I can never hit this guy.
He's smart. He's always staying at that 60 to 70 foot range outside of almost every ability of the game, and then forcing them to move into that 55-foot range right as the pulse comes in. He never really has to go back in himself. He's always baiting them to continue walking to their side of the map until he's ready to fight.
It's very important it's very important that you actually hit on those units. A lot of people, especially on the Xbox side of things, don't really use the roar, so they're not really sure where their distance is. And just having that little bit of a deviation is humongous.
In the solo lane, right, and in the hunter role, you have this 56 to 60 foot magic zone when you're fighting hunters.
It's
right?
units.
It's exactly where you want to sit. So just because you're going to force them to try to move into that 55 unit range.
Thank you, babe.
Unit. And put them at maybe a disadvantage, and then you're going to try to break in. It's kind of like a range boxer versus a close range boxer. You try to break into their elbow zone, and that's what you're doing.
Well, on the screen here, you'll be taking a look at Cloud9. That's Mr. Omega. These guys are the Smite World Champions.
Wait a second here. Look at this. Omega is sitting against the wall. This means that he should be playing in the solo role today.
Yeah, he's playing the solo role. Mr. Makey's playing the hunter. He's playing the hunter role. So I was talking to him beforehand, and he said, looking back at it, he would have much rather played hunter yesterday because he would have just sat and farmed and let Omega play against.
What's cool about this is that
Mr. Mackey's 5'3".
No, Mackey's like 6 foot. He's a tall dude.
6'8". No,
so he's got the slouch going on?
Yeah, he's definitely slouch boys right now.
Gotcha.
But Omega's going to be going up against Maniac, and Maniac actually had a lot of trouble yesterday going up against Divios, of course. And Omega and Divios have very similar playstyles. And to quote Omega, in scrims, he's actually been soloing Divios a lot, really taking care of business when it comes down to that playstyle. So I'm expecting that the switchback is going to be smart because Omega should be able to get through Maniac.
Well, that's what Omega's been saying. We haven't seen the scrims, so we don't know. Because you could say anything. Like I could say, oh, we beat AFK all the time back when I was on Eager, when we would only beat them every once in a while. So
wait, but people did say that it was like half and half.
It was half and half for a little bit, but then as it went on...
So you're saying all 10 players are liars?
Yes.
No. It was half and half when I was back on the team.
You're pandering now.
But...
Don't take this, bro.
This is a yes or no question.
Put him in his place. Put him in his place. Do it right now.
Magi sucks.
All right, so...
Afro sucks.
Oh, turn up! All right, so look, so here's the big thing, right? Talking about the Cloud9 change. So yesterday when I looked at it, I was like, maybe Mr. Mackey should just go into the duo lane. And the reason I was thinking about that is any team, as soon as a sub comes in, they're going to say, okay, guys, let's get free kills over there. Which would mean they take away from the pressure from the solo lane, right?
Yeah.
Which then that means Omega just has to do what he's best at, which is one-on-one fights and sit there and farm.
Yep.
And for me, it seems like a complete no-brainer. And I think Omega and the Cloud9 squad is going to really benefit from this. But the problem is Mr. Mackey's not going against any slouch in the duo lane.
Yeah, this is... He went from fighting one of the best solo laners in the world to now probably fighting the best hunter in the world. Like, this is a rough weekend for Mr.
He's up
Mackey.
there. I don't know if we call him the best. Snoopy had a really good performance
Snoopy
yesterday.
was outrageous yesterday.
Yeah, that last game was insane.
Yeah. Well, let's give some credit to Mr. Mackey, right? Because anyone else who would go up there would just be, I guess, I'll play, right? And he just, full confidence. He seems calm, cool, and collected on the camera. Everything seems to be going fine. And Reels, as he's getting prepared for this, as we're launching up this game.
Look at that! Look at that grin.
That means something's coming out.
Here's the one thing that's nice about the consolation matches. It's very similar to double elimination, right? In winners bracket, everyone's a little bit more happy-go-lucky, and everyone's like, okay, it's a fail-safe. If we lose, it's not a big deal. We still got a second chance. But in this, right, it's just for placing, right? So they're like, well, we're not going to let this get down on ourselves here. There was a new meta. Let's just figure out how everything goes.
Well, I was actually talking to Mackie this morning, and he's really excited to see the new Reddit thread today about his performance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did that happen yesterday?
Oh, man, he got blasted.
The only thing I saw was that Kelly was unable to... she reads very well upside down with her cue cards.
The cards are blank until we write on them, you nerds. Jeez.
Well, guys, it's time for the picks and bans here.
Stealth looks ready to go.
The summer finals powered by Curse Voice, Gandhi, DM, and Aurora on the booth. And Cloud9 will have first pick, first ban, and they will take away Giannis.
Perfect ban, obviously the most important character for Fnatic. We saw how well Zyros did throughout the entire season. And honestly, the Poseidon wasn't very strong yesterday. The Thanatos did all right. I kind of hope we see it again. You think they'll ban it?
Maybe. It's really weird to me when I came into this summer finals. You know, I try to keep up with the meta as best I can, but when I saw Al Guang get banned, I was like, what is this? Worlds all over again? This guy's back? We're going to see Wingblade on everyone?
There's Bologna support gone. No surprise from yesterday. It did really well, at least for Paradigm. For Fnatic, it didn't do as well, but they still did some good stuff with it.
Now, since you're known for throwing a little bit more of the janky picks out there in the support role, do you like Bologna support? Do you think it brings a lot to the team?
At first, I was looking at it. I was thinking about playing it, but I feel like she didn't bring that much to the team. But after watching yesterday, I'm definitely going to go home and try it because it looked very strong.
I'm really excited for more people to play Bolognas in my games. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah?
I have a lot of fun fighting Bologna.
Listen, dude. We had released Bologna for 2 months. People started something on the Xbox One called BYOB, Bring Your Own Bologna. So first pick here is going to be Ymir, and when I was watching yesterday, the main thing that I noticed is how strong Ymir seems to be now, and he's always been really good, but now it just seems like he's even better.
Well, Geb and Zeus gets picked up here. Now, Zeus, you could see this as both a kind of a janky pick, plus taking away from MLC Stealth is pretty interesting considering we saw this character twice yesterday.
I wonder if they're going to try to pick Cloud9's comp that they had yesterday, because they already have 2 pieces of it. They
Wouldn't
could
that
be
be
doing
something?
that. That'd be funny.
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be cool to see.
Well, I mean, there's instant synergy with the Geb and the Zeus, right? I mean, Blink Cataclysm into Zeus ult, and then, oh, okay, I detonate. And the 3-man detonate yesterday was probably one of the hypest things I've ever seen in my entire
that
life.
was
incredible.
crazy.
And you know what's crazy is like it almost looked like the detonate had gone off already. He used it very early on, so much damage coming out, but we're going to see on her and Ares. We got that Ymir-Ares combo again.
Yeah, Ares on Jeff Hinla. I've seen him play it in ranked, and he was doing pretty well with it. It's excited to see him play it in a competitive game.
So now, is this going to be a Ymir solo with Omega, or are we going to see Anister pick up Ymir?
Maybe Anister is going to play Ymir. We haven't seen that
I mean,
either,
Ymir
which would be very
solo-
interesting.
It's Ymir mid.
Or yeah, maybe
Ymir
even
solo
Ymir.
isn't bad. I mean, his natural scaling in the game is so strong.
It's not terrible. A Moozing Cobb going to be picked up. So far, Fnatic really favoring moving very slowly.
Yeah.
Hey, Hives, boys.
Yeah,
Hives, boys.
All right, yeah,
Okay?
at level 14.
Yeah. When you decide to actually start throwing some points that way. But
AMC is really good against Ares because you could ult him and kill him before he gets his ult off. So that could be the reasoning why they want the AMC.
Good Scylla ban here, given how much control they have with Ymir and Ares, and then, of course, the slows and stun possibility from on her. It was going to be very easy for them to set up on a monster.
what a guy Reels is, man. He throws on the Stunner Sage after putting on the jacket. What's next is he just, like, pops the collar. Oh, man. But, so, the one thing when you're looking at Fnatic's kind of team comp already, you have to wonder, how are they going to protect Zeus and AMC?
I mean, so far they have one Geb shield, right? And now they have Arachne babies. That's not...
Arachne babies isn't going to help that much.
I don't know about all that.
I guess they're kind of looking to dive into the backline on Cloud9 and just kind of shred
Arachne's really, really good against Ares. Arachne versus Ares, it's one of the most annoying gods to play against as an Ares,
Why is that?
Ares player. Because you get slowed, and then Arachne can just hit you, heal up through the chains, and you can't kill her. She'll just sustain all your damage, and she'll just do more damage than you can do.
So Agni is going to get picked up here for Cloud9, most likely going to MLC Stealth, which means Ymir has 2 options. He can either go into the solo lane, or he can be thrown right into the jungle, which is where we more commonly seen him. I don't think we've seen it.
Triple Guardian.
Yep,
Yeah,
Ymir
okay.
jungle.
Yep. That's such an annoying team to go against.
We have Triple Guardian. We have 4 magic, which means items Voidstone and Pythagoras Piece must be picked up on this team one way or another. The auras are massive stat bonuses, increasing the overall gold gain by about 10 to 15% through item builds.
Yeah, we'll definitely see Agni pick up the Pythags, and Ares or Ymir will pick up the Voidstone. It's probably going to be Ymir, because Ymir is going to have more gold, like we saw yesterday in the Paradigm game. The jungler had, it was 1,500 gold over the Ares.
Ares should have the Voidstone, though, of course.
No. The Ymir should have the Voidstone.
Really?
He's going to have more gold. Ares needs to build health items and defensive items.
Up a roar.
Okay, so you're going to dictate he's going to go, I guess, Wingblade 4th item?
The Ares?
Yes.
He could, because it is Arachne. He's probably going to get the 2 aura items, the Sav and Heartward Amulet. Wingblade, he should get it. I don't know if he will. They might want to try and get another item, like maybe like a Witchblade or something, because the Chronos Arachne
Yes.
AMC. We'll just have to see. The Agni pickup, let's talk about this Agni pickup here. It's actually amazing in this game. All 5 of those gods don't have a jump. Arachne has her ult, but that's her ult, and that lets her jump away or walk on the ceiling and jump away. But Agni is fantastic against gods that can't jump because his meteor combos are able to connect very easily, and he'll be able to blow up their entire team if they're grouped up in one spot.
Whoa. Look at the start here. Omega with the serious greed starting Soul Reliquary.
That is the Cyclone Spin 101 strat from Hades, bro.
This is greed, boys. That is 1,500 golden items. There are no potions at all, no wards whatsoever. 0 gold remaining.
That Hades start is actually Maugau's start from Europe. He's a ranked player, and I'm pretty sure he's in the Challenger Cup as well, and he plays Hades almost exclusively. I know I was talking to his team, and when they're in pick and ban and Hades is open, he just insta-locks Hades. He doesn't even say anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, guys, starting off tier 1 Book of Thoth, I'll catch you on the flip side.
He always does amazing, so Cyclone took the build from him.
All right, so here's my question as we kind of look at the builds here. So you got Geb going Mark of the Vanguard, which is an item that we actually normally see get picked up on Ares, and then Ares going Watcher's Gift. Kind of walk me through that here, Aurora.
Yeah, I don't really like Mark of the Vanguard, just
against
how supports
Ares?
work. Yeah, even against Ares, because Geb is not going to die to Ares in lane. It's just a farm lane. The only way Geb can die is if he makes a mistake, and it has to be a huge mistake. Like, he has to roll into them and then get auto-attacked a lot of times. When Ares chains him, he'll take a lot of damage, but if he has the Watcher's Gift, he'll be able to heal up from the wave, because he heals 60 health every wave. Right. So having the Watchers will give him more sustain than Vanguard and keep him alive longer.
But the Watchers would require you to get 18 creeps, maybe even 19 creeps to get all of the health back if he does get a full combo off.
Yeah, true, but you could go health pots and multi-potions with Watcher's Gift, and you're going to have sustain there.
Okay.
So, and you'll also get more gold overall with the Watchers, so it's a better pickup. So I'd never agree with Vanguard.
Switching into the starting strategy here coming up from Cloud9. 3 men on the back Harpies, 3 men on the speed camp, and 3 men on the blue buff as Omega will go ahead and head into the lane.
Jeff Hinla is on the right side of the map.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what we're not taking. Yeah, Blink, he's going to find it.
Twiggy's
in big trouble. It doesn't matter.
Captain Twig's in a lot of trouble. He's going to die to Searing Flesh, and Jeff Hinla is going to get first blood.
So it doesn't matter if he builds Watchers. It doesn't matter if he builds Vanguard because he's not in the lane. Jeff Hinla stays on the right side, finds first blood. A beautiful start. This was probably something that we were going to see later on down the road. Cloud9 maybe trying to keep this one a secret.
Well, just like I said before, I don't think we were going to see this, but I heard that Cloud9 was trying this in scrims. Like I said, this is a scrim strat that wasn't brought out because they weren't 100% comfortable with it.
They should have been.
But they're showing it here, and it looks like it's working fantastically.
And look at Mackie all by himself here. Full health, half mana. He's fine.
Well, 3 members of Cloud9.
Versus 4, though. Yeah, they're going to walk away from that one.
They're going to walk away, but at least they got tabs on him here. So if you're wondering how Stealth was able to come up with the red buff, it was really just him and Mr. Mackey just go ahead and go for red buff, and then he loses the purple buff off the beginning, which actually really works out.
And Mackey's been getting like hardcore solo farm, getting him a pretty decent level advantage. Can we actually check in with a Muzenkob? I want to check the experience here. Yeah, just about to hit level 4, so he's going to be about half a wave behind. This is really strong stuff coming out from C9.
Yeah, this is really good by Mr. Mackey. He's taking full advantage that he's getting that Jeff, since he got that kill early on, the dual lane felt like they had to rotate to that red buff, so he even was safe clearing the wave. So it was great play by them.
So far, Maniac handling Omega. Omega under 50% health here with no potions, trying to hold off for as long as possible. Kind of the weakness of the strategy here of starting out without pots, right? He doesn't have a lot of sustainability outside Devour Souls, but he's getting into level 5 here. If he took his ultimate, no, he didn't. This is smart. He goes only into Devour Souls to increase the amount of healing gain. This is a beautiful play from Omega.
And in the lane, he's naturally going to get poked out by this Chronos.
Sure.
Now, the big thing about Hades is that, when did Hades ever take damage, right? But if he constantly is getting bullied away from it, then it is going to happen. But as you can see, his sustain is just through the roof at this point.
And that's why he didn't take the ultimate. That's important. 3 levels in Devour Souls allows him to heal up massively.
Yeah, Hades is really good in the soul lane. The thing is, too, Chronos actually has a really good matchup against Hades. I play a lot of Hades myself. He's probably my favorite god to play. He's so much fun to play. If you haven't played him, play him.
What?
Ugh.
Yeah. What?
You
don't like Hades?
Boring character.
He's awesome.
I guess I'll dash this wave and then detonate it and
If
then
you
walk
dash-
right back to my
No. The
tower.
most boring is Osiris.
No, listen, if you dash...
At least you can fight.
If you dash into a wave
fight with Hades
and get all the blight and you hit somebody in the wave, you do like all their health.
What year do you think this is that's going to happen?
Look at the level disparity is going to secure the mid Harpies in favor of Fnatic. Stealth still not level 5 and finally hitting it at 3 minutes and 30 seconds where, when we were talking about this meta going into it, everyone was like, oh, you can hit level 5 at 2 minutes now, and he's a minute 30 past this.
Well, I think that has to do with the fact that Jeff Hinla didn't kind of abandon. I think the whole point of the strategy was to get Jeff out of there, and they've been doing like a 3-man roam strat, and with that, you see Zyros getting into level 5 a lot sooner. Again, Stealth about a minute behind. I like the overall idea, but I definitely think it needs some tweaking.
Yeah, Fnatic got the other side of the mid camps, which is really good by them. Cloud9 should have been able to pick that up, but that was a really good Zeus alt zone.
But, if we look at the gold here, there's still almost a 1,000 advantage, and now they're stealing the blue buff. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, Omega walked straight up there. He wasn't worried about his teammates at all, and he just said, guys, I'm going to go for this blue buff. If you want to rotate, rotate.
Yeah, the reason he was able to get the blue buff, Fnatic has to be worried about the 2 Guardians in the jungle, the Ymir and the Ares. Yeah. So Kronos is always going to be playing safe. Even though Kronos has a good matchup against Hades in the soul lane, he has to play really defensive all the time because Ares and Ymir could end up in his lane at any time.
Ares is actually Kronos' worst matchup. Plain and simple. Even in the solo lane, it's one of Kronos' worst matchups.
Why is that?
Because if you ever... you have Ares doing a ridiculous amount of damage, right? Able to throw out chains and flames to really lock him down. If you don't get the stun off, it's almost a guaranteed kill. He forces himself to rewind. You activate the no escape based on the rewind activation, and you're guaranteed to pull him unless he has beads. And if he has beads, it's only going to be level 1, guaranteeing you lane control for the next 3 minutes.
Blink in from Anninster, misses the freeze. The chains come out from Jeff Henley. He's got 2 beads come out from Badger. Zeus ult with the return damage there, and it doesn't look like any kill will come from this, but a good amount of damage will go down, but Mr. Mackey is going to be lingering on the backside there. He's barely going to miss the impale, and he is forced to jump away as Captain Twig on the Arachne is just going to kind of chase him down. Now, the one thing I do want to touch on is this Arachne. Going into this, Aurora, you said, oh yeah, she's super strong, super annoying to deal with. How should she be playing this?
She should definitely be trying to go on the Guardians here. It's going to be hard since she did get first blooded, so the Guardians do have a little bit of advantage over her, and they've been getting a lot of mid camps. They stole that blue and right side. Oh, she's ganking right now.
Good job. Baby's activation is smart. He's going to throw out an ultimate to try to reduce the soul.
He might get this one.
No. Venomous Bite too strong there. Going to heal it up. Captain Twig looking to get out of here as fast as possible. Still has his ultimate remaining. Shouldn't be too much trouble. That'll be an evening out here in the kill.
No.
Oh, Andy.
He missed it. Whifferinos coming out from Mr. Anninster as Jeff Hinla was there as well. Now Badger blinks in. Cataclysm follows it up. Jeff Hinla's up, and he is going to be taken down as the Spider will secure a kill.
That 100% comes down to beautiful play coming out from Reels. His positioning was perfect in that entire fight. Venomous Bite baited out a little bit too much onto Mackie, although I did like the ultimate for the CC immunity. What really was, you saw this swarm go off, hitting the entire wave, plus the 2 Guardians, forcing them back, and then Badger with great communication gets over there, and with that, Fnatic takes a lead in kills, but the gold is still in advantage for Cloud9.
Anninster blinks in here. Badger is going to throw on the shield on himself, and it looks like the fight is going to be stopped, even though they will get the knock up here on Stealth.
All right, going back to the fight in left lane when Annie misses freeze on AMC, hitting AMC with Ymir freeze is hard, especially if you don't have that much experience. I know Andy has a ton of game experience, and he's a great player. I don't think he's played Ymir that much. So trying to hit an AMC with hives is something very hard to do. It's not easy, even though it looked like he missed and it was really bad.
Here's something to point out that's completely out of this game, but it has everything to do with the players. Could we go back to Anninster here? So everyone knows one thing about Anninster, and that's his posture in the game. He's always hunched over, he's sucked in. In this match right here, he's laid back, chilling.
He's smiling. I've never seen Andy smile
he
before.
never smiles, dude. He's about perfection. So maybe I guess the pressure's not on him here, and he's not going to go intense.
And chained. He's going to take to this guy here. I don't think we're going to have enough damage on the chains themselves. Jeff Hinla does take some damage as Maniac rotates over. Twig comes back in as Badger rotates in for the save. Yeah, I mean, it's a 4v3. Even with Zeus walking over, this might be a bit too dangerous. I would probably let this blue go if I were red team.
He's going to try to steal it with this too.
He got it? Oh, I thought he had it.
One's a little bit of damage off here, and then meanwhile, Reel's just shoving the lane all the way up and trying to really just abuse Mackie, which is what he needs to do. The impale hit,
good stun.
Half his health.
Good
Mackie
stun.
trying to go for it. Desert Fury comes out as well.
He lives! Okay. Trying
Meanwhile,
for the
mid lane, Zeros throws on the Geb Shield, and Badger will eat all of the Ymir Fire Shards damage, or Ice Shards damage, but it happens.
Too much buddy-buddy right there will allow the Chain Lightning to do a decent amount of damage, forcing Jeff Hindle to retreat back towards the back camps and red buff, but I'm sure they were going to be doing this anyway. But this time, at least, the red team won't be too pressured. Fnatic, a small breather, still behind in gold. In fact, it's getting worse. Can we take a look at the graphs here? Cloud9, despite being down in kills, almost even experience, down about 500, but a 1,300, now 1,400 gold difference.
Yeah, it's not looking bad for them either.
Yeah, they did get first blood, and they've been doing really good on the buff invades. I think they've only let Fnatic have 2 mid camps, and they've also been taking the blue buff away from the solo lane, which has been really good for Cloud9.
It's been very beneficial. If you guys are just tuning in, keep in mind this is a best of 1. So the winner of this gets 5th. There's no best of 3 here, 1 and done. And there's a lot that goes into that one. I'm assuming that's kind of why we saw the picks that we have seen as well.
Indeed. But we're 9 minutes in. Gold Fury still hasn't even been contested at this point. Neither team even posturing that they're going to make an attempt. It's been a lot of fighting. Cloud9 utilizing this tri-rotation strategy. This isn't really double jungle so much as it is a full double rotation meta, which is very
it's pretty
smart.
much it's a roam strategy, right?
Super roam strat,
It's
right.
a group up, and let's try to just get a pick in the jungle, and then as soon as we get that, then you'll see him just advance in the jungle just a little bit further, try to take away a buff or 2.
But this is why we normally don't see the double roam strat. The experience is really starting to take flavor here to the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, right there we saw. Oh wait, we got another fight.
He
Spiders
jumped
came
in
out.
place.
Desert
Greedy
Fury's there as
boys.
well. Annenster's there for the support, and now Arachne forced to take to the skies. Mackie will die, and Annenster now trying to throw down the damage. He threw up the wall, but does he have enough? Ares is here now as well. The pull, and Beads, boys. Cataclysm stops him. CC immune. Fnatic comes out on top.
4v3. Fnatic still has the ability to pressure here, and Zeus ult up guarantees them aggression into the tower, and it looks like Xyrus is going to take that. Chain Lightning, though, is a big part of it, and it's going to miss. How did he hit that? That was guaranteed for them to go in.
Yeah, that was a great play there. They were able to pick up I believe the Doc got him, or he got him with one last auto tech. That was really good. We might have another fight here, actually.
Yeah, it looks like they're again
Well, he's
posturing forward.
definitely looking for something.
They might
here.
try to take the purple.
They can actually push Badger out here. Remember, Badger has already used his Cataclysm, meaning he would have to use his beads. Now, if Jeff gets a good line to this, they would force Geb Shield and then could reinitiate switching their target to Reels. The issue is, do you really want to pressure Reels?
Yeah, and that's the big thing here. I mean, especially if he has hives up, I mean, he's just going to be able to skate out of all of these engagements, and he's going to be able to outplay, but Annenster is going to walk directly into a Maniac, and Maniac, Beads already comes out. He's got the stop time. Will he be able to make it out of this one? 3 chains, no dive coming out as Annenster's just going to throw his club down in anger.
Maniac gets a little bit lucky there because when he hit the stun, it actually wound up stopping Jeff Hindle against the wall, body blocking Omega's advancement, and he didn't want to use the dash there. It would have probably put him way out of position. He didn't have enough eyes on the map to know where Arachne was or if mid was rotating, so it wound up working greatly in Maniac's favor, albeit I don't think it was 100% under his control.
Yeah, that was really good. They actually set up a gank for Maniac. So as we were watching the duo lane, Hades ulted him to get Chronos ult out so they could go on him with the Ymir and Ares gank. So that was a really smart setup. That's cool to see, and that's something that newer teams don't do too often, and that's what you want to do if you want to get into competitive play.
All right, so we're looking at Mr. Mackey here over in the left lane, boxing out against Reels. Not a big rotation here, but Geb will come over for support. Mackey still keeping pace, though, about a level behind, not too much. But Omega over in the right lane, tower down. Of course, doing what Hades does best.
Take towers.
Very quickly.
I'll never forget when Divius going into Season 2, he looked at me and he goes, Scott, I'm bringing out Hades. And I go, no, you're not. And he goes, dude, I can't miss these auto attacks. They're the size of balloons.
I'm going to take this tier 2 at 9 minutes.
Yeah, and that's
then he
always what we see. So now the grouping here on the left side of the mid Harpies is Annenster will be the tanky front line. It's so weird not seeing him on an aggressive assassin.
Yeah, he's been playing this. Oh, Geb ult.
Whoa. 3-man Cataclysm.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
There's the Zeus ult, only going to get 1 stack on 2, going to get 2 on 1. Jeff Hindle's already going to fall. Babies come out. You're going to see Stealth forced to dash away, a free kill there. That's probably going to be the first Gold Fury of the game, where we should ride along with Mackie here to see if he's going to make the attempt. You see him rotating over.
He's definitely going to make the attempt. Maniac a little bit late to the party here, but he is going to be able to throw down the damage. Desert Fury comes out as well. Fnatic has destroyed the Gold Fury. Captain Twig picks up one. In the middle of it is Mackie. And now Omega's got the ultimate going down. Down goes Reels as well. And now Cloud9 were able to come out a little bit okay in that one.
They lose the Gold Fury. There was really no way to contest against Zeus, one of the highest damaging targeted abilities in the game. He can't miss it. Detonate is ridiculous. You can see the gold spikes down, comes back up, but the experience winds up going in their favor. So we actually have a very even game here until this tower gets taken. Now, Mackie pretty low here, probably can't sustain for too long.
Yeah, that was a great play by them. If Omega didn't come over with that perfect rotation, that would have been terrible for Cloud9 because they would have been able to get the Gold Fury and get out. That Hades damage that he put out was insane.
Let's take a look at damage done.
That's the stacking. And he's going double stacking as well. He's got Book of Thoth. This next item, it could be an E-Staff.
It's gonna be Warlocks.
It could be that, but with the way this lane has been going, he's gonna go Warlocks and he's gonna get those 100 stacks up there, and that's just natural synergy with his kit.
He also has the Teleport 1 and the Blink, so his actives are finished out.
Yeah.
So he's not going to have the Shield of Underworld, which is like a staple in Hades.
Yep.
Take a look at the damage charts. On the bottom, the two mid laners are actually riding MLC Stealth under 3,000 damage right now at 14 minutes. And Zero's, again, not getting that chain lightning that he needed. He's going to get the Cataclysm and beads. Jeff Hindle will take the Detonate. Maniac could actually wind up turning this pretty well into their favor.
Yep, that's big. Jeff Hindle taking a lot of damage there. He's got chains on him as well. Down he goes as Twig diving way deep, but now Annonser will be able to get a return kill. Omega, he's in the thick of it all. He's got Zeus. Rewind forced out as well as Kronos will rotate out of this one, and he's looking to swing on someone. Mackie will be able to jump away. And Cloud9, at these engagements that don't seem to be going in their favor at all at the beginning, they're able to turn it around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Captain Twig went under the tower there for what seemed like no reason. He dived for a big kill. They do find stealth, but obviously it winds up not working in their favor. Once Hades rotates in, he forces the rewind. Maniac can't continue fighting. Although I did like the play from Zyros. Mackie.
The dream.
Mackie, he forces the beads, but he's still taking a lot of damage. You don't want to box AMC. Beautiful pillar to stop the auto attack range, and with that will escape there. You gotta love Reels going for those plays, man.
He's a player.
That would have been crazy if he hit that. I love Blink plays. They're always fancy.
The Blink Stinger is a play for only the realest of men.
Seriously though.
Yeah, that is
for real though.
Yeah, that is the Michael Jordan of plays. That's like tongue out, legs spread, one hand dunk.
But 6-7 right now, Cloud9. It looks like ahead in gold still. Can we take a look at the graphs again and see how things are shaping up? Experience, gold's pretty much same place they were a couple minutes ago. You'll see both teams really keeping up here. The early game went drastically to Cloud9, but it was the Gold Fury that has kept Fnatic at an even pace here.
I mean, there's been 13 engagements at just around 16 minutes so far in gameplay. It's been really fast-paced, and it's really in part because of this roam strategy as they got Twig here, and the Infinite Web will come up, but not enough as Jeff Hindle will be able to secure that kill on the Spider. And now we're tied at kills. We're damn near tied at XP, and now Cloud9 has their first real lead of the game.
Yeah, that was a huge kill on Twig. His ult went down because he did get on the ceiling, but Jeff had a chain on him, so huge pickup. We're probably going to see them try to kill him again next time he comes up.
Maniac in some trouble here. This might be a rewind activation. No, he will get out with beads. He has opted into tier 2, giving him enough CC immunity to walk out of the Hades ult. Beads 1 actually from the middle. You will not have enough time to walk out.
He also has Warlocks to survive the damage from the Hades ult as well, which is really good pickup by him.
He's going to have a hard time farming it, though. I mean, getting those 100 stacks on there with the way this game has been going, he's been forced to rotate over to these team fights. I mean, they've been 5-on-5s, and Annonser, he forced out beads from Reels. Reels is looking to box, but he's in a lot of trouble here as he will get pulled as well. And now right into the middle of it, Mackie activates Desert Fury. He's able to pick up one. Badges next on the list. Rest in peace, Geb. No, he manages to stay alive, and Mackie slam dunks him. Goomba's stomp is now Captain Twig is on Annonser. They're trying to turn this one around. He's just getting the speed up there, and down goes the Frost Giant, and now it's all up to Jeff Hindle as now the babies will slow him down, and that's exactly what you're talking about.
Triple kill right there for Captain Twig. Mackie making the executive decision to dive the tower and look for the double. He does get it, but then they had no range damage to keep Captain Twig at bay. He runs out completely onto the team. I mean, they had no way to stop him whatsoever. Finds all 3 kills right there. Stealth doesn't rotate. Omega stuck in solo, and now Twig looking real strong, level 14.
Yep, that dive by Makey was good because he was dead anyways there, so he picked up the double kill before he died, so that jump was great by him. But Captain Twig, chased all the Guardians down, was able to pick them up. That's what Arachne does, is kill Guardians at this stage of the game.
Now, do you like the itemization coming out from Arachne here? She decided to go, she put Jotuns on as the 4th item, pretty much.
Yeah, it's good. I like the Wingblade pickup because they have the Ymir slow and the Ares chain slow, so to get away from that is very strong.
Oh, no, it's not get away from. He applies the chains and he runs at him faster.
Yeah, or that, too.
You trying to hold me down, bro? Wingblade, sponsored.
Do not tread on me, says the spider.
And so then across the way, you were right again with the Ymir picking up the Void Stone here. And now it looks like he will be going into an Aura item. And that's probably just to help out the Ares here just a little bit more.
I think it's going to be a Mystical or Mid-Guardian. I think that's what DM was about to say.
Yeah. I mean, most likely we're going to see the Mid-Guardian. Mystical Male a little bit late in the game for this at this point. But when it comes down to it, right, Mid-Guardian Male going to shut down a lot of their damage. Damage shutdown that they could have used in that solo lane right there, as you saw, a lot of auto attack speed, and they were able to burn down Omega pretty quickly.
Well, Fnatic is pushing into the jungle of Cloud9. We're going to hop into a listen-in with them and see how things are going.
They're mid. Push left, dude.
Yeah. They're going right jungle, they're going right jungle, boys.
We can cap them, cap them! Rotate and cap.
Got him. Cab him.
I got pieces.
I might be fine. Omega can TP in when he spawns, by the way. Careful.
He's not capped, dude.
Omega can TP in when he spawns.
I got wrecked.
God, you died.
There's no cap.
Get out. It wouldn't have killed him. It wouldn't have killed the Ares.
Yes, it
would
would
have. I was on him with. I had ult as well. I could have chased him and killed him.
Why
would he call for him to be capped then?
I wanted to save it to try and peel for zeros. I thought he was going to get fucked by the image.
There's the listen-in with Fnatic, and as you can see, well, we would have killed him.
Yeah, as you can see in this, they're not used to these gods possibly, so they don't know that damage outputs. So that's possibly why they're arguing.
It's dissension in the ranks, right? They chose 2 different targets. They didn't stay on the same page, and Cloud9 took advantage of it beautifully. It almost makes you wish that we saw Mackie in the Hunter role yesterday, because for him to do this well against Reals, you gotta wonder what would have happened against Funball.
Well, that's the thing that's just absolutely mind-blowing about MOBAs, right? Especially Smite, is that so you have to keep track of so many things. You have to know the damage output. And yesterday I was sitting down with Jeff Hindla, and we were talking to some people who are brand new into Smite, and he was like, hey, so how do you guys keep track of the abilities? Jeff goes, well, I have this internal clock where I just kind of guess, but it's normally accurate, and I have to call that out for my entire team.
Not yet. That shouldn't be right. So Cloud9 actually made a mistake here, but it winds up paying off. Now, when you see Mackie rotate out of the lane without clearing the waves, that guarantees the rotation. Now, Omega in the back line tried to look for the big play, didn't get it. As you can see, we were able to get Zyros back to the base there, but they still trade a 2-for-1. Badger being out of position. They grab both from the duo lane, and now watch Andy and Stealth, both of whom are trying to keep them off this attempt at the Gold Fury steal. Maniac's working his way in there real quick. Jeff's losing the chains. Infinite Web up into the air. Shell going to be activated. Shards of Ice going to be used.
They reset it!
Twig is going to get the kill. Wow.
They reset the Gold Fury on top of that, and now Maniac just in the heart of it all swinging.
Beautiful!
Rewind comes out at the last percentage, and now he's back on the hunt. Jeff Hindla's his next target. He's got the slow as well. The Impale was beautiful, though. Mr. Mackey's showing off the hot plays here on Conquest.
So here's the conversation that happens after the game. I'm from the future. I already heard it. It's like, crap, we should have used him in Hunter yesterday. Mackie has been on some other stuff in this game today. He's 6-3-5 going up against the voted MVP in the Hunter role from Europe. Incredible.
Yeah, really good showing. Oh, we got another fight possibly?
Nah. It's a slap battle here.
Good
Stealth
trade.
with a quarter health, just letting him know that he can do whatever. And this is what Omega's best at here, is zoning it.
Omega's playing this perfectly, too, because he knows that they can't stay in melee range against it. If he dashes in and gets 3 or 4 people affected with Blight and Detonate, he's going to steal the Gold Fury. By himself there, was able to not only force the reset, but force them to completely disengage. Also, Jeff Hindla stopping the rollout. He'll get the Geb Shield as well. I would be very surprised to see them not try to rotate into the jungle and try to find something here. With Badger's abilities being on cooldown, they could pressure here safely, but no, they're going to take the safer route, and he's going to go to back camps and continue farming.
So at 16 minutes, we were talking about the fact that we actually did see Maniac pick up the Warlock Sash now.
Right.
We're at 22 minutes, and he's got 60, what is that, 69 or
about
59?
70, yeah.
About 70 stacks here. So he's doing actually a really good job with all these fights he's actually forced to commit it to.
I mean, he's doing a great job there. I love the demonic grip directly after. A little bit of penetration is going to help, especially considering he could attack targets, the same targets that Zeros is attacking. Both apply those stacks from Spear and demonic grip, and they could really lay waste with detonate charges.
All right, so DM, here's my question for you, since I know we haven't gotten a whole lot of time to talk about this. The Hasten Fatalis pickup here that we're seeing on a decent amount of hunters, depending on the hunter player. Do you like it? Is it really just because people are missing out on Sprint 3? And both of you can kind of weigh in on this, but I'll start off with D.
Obviously, the Sprint 3 is huge here. Wait, Captain Twig getting a little greedy? No, chains are going to miss. That'll wash out. The Sprint 3 is a big...
Omega's here.
Oh, no, look
we'll
at
get
this.
back to it.
Oh, Captain Twig getting super greedy. He's going to jump up. No, going to be way too late on this, but chains actually wind up breaking Jeff Hinla, not getting the reactivation, and Captain Twig will get out of there just barely.
And he gets all the way out of there, and now they waste no time. They go straight to the Gold Fury. Annenster should be the one zoning this one out. Keep in mind, he is Ymir, so he does have the wall, and they're going to reset it. And now they'll bring it back to them. So Mackie dropping it for just a second as now Omega will be the front line, but Andy lingering off on the right side of things, trying to make his way in.
Reels showing maybe a lack of affinity right there with the Muzenka, placing the hives in plain sight instead of behind the wall where they can't be auto-attacked for free. Omega has cleared up 2 hives. Not a lot of mana wasted, but the cooldown is very long. Omega still in the backline. Stun's going to miss there. He's able to dash away. Shockwave going to be used as well. I'm expecting Andy to reinitiate. Yeah, goes in, finds a double freeze, gets 2 sets of beads, and forces out the Zeus ult.
Captain Twig goes all the way around the backside there, going straight through, not going on any target. And now you'll just see Maniac in the thick of it here as now Annenster will kind of wind back. Captain Twig gets impaled into the wall. He's going for Mackie. The beads come out as well to stop him from being slowed. And the 4-man grouping from Cloud9 is beautiful.
Annenster going to move back in, force the reset. They're too afraid of the freeze now. A lot of the bees are on cooldown. Not a lot of CC immunity on this side at all. Blink in though. Badger going to find 3 with the Shockwave, taking a lot of damage from the Gold Fury. MLC Stealth baits Twig completely. Annenster with a great play as well. Beats through the stun to ensure that he doesn't go down. There was no follow-up potential. 4v4 at the Gold Fury, still going.
And they know that Annenster is back here, so this is going to be a 4-on-4. The Gold Fury is there. Cloud9 drops it.
Wait, did he not detonate those charges? That was an amazing chain lightning. He didn't take the detonite there, and with zeros does not get enough damage to deter overall. No one's going for the Gold Fury, but the left camps will go to C9. Overall, probably an even exchange.
He didn't want to detonate there because he was worried that if he got it too low, Cloud9 would have stayed on it, and then he wouldn't have a secure up to get it.
It was reset already.
Yeah, but it wasn't reset right away. He could have probably detonated after, but the charges just fell off.
Look at the difference in positioning this time around at the Gold Fury fight, DM. You got Jeff Hinla frontlining it. You got Annenster right there, and Omega's just sitting in the back. He's got the freeze. No escape comes out. He pulls 2 of them in. They're still on the Gold Fury, and Fnatic was able to take it. Badger with a Geb auto attack. What is life? And now they're going to try to turn it around as Zeros gets hit by a wall. Denied Sun as he will be taken out. The Aegis is there. Annenster has to catch up, and he's able to secure it. Desert Fury on the backside now. Badger rolling out. He gets hit with the pillar though, slowing him down just a bit, and he's all the way on the backside here. And now you can see 2 members of Fnatic. They're dueling here.
Oh my
Captain
God.
Twig going. He got just chunked there, half health.
That Wingblade's going to do work here. You see him burning right through. Infinite web to the sky. We're going to see Stealth come in.
Boys!
Beautiful stun. Beautiful damage. Stinger going to miss. He's trying to box 2. Geb shield will save it. Double kill for Captain Twig. The DSI, the Gold Fury, and Fnatic takes the lead.
What just happened?
I don't know.
That's what
Geb auto attack? Is that what stole it?
Production.
Oh my God.
Production, if any of you out there have a rewind capability on a client that's not currently this one, if you guys can see what actually stole that, because if that's Geb auto attack,
I think that was Geb auto.
it looked like Geb auto.
The dream, bro. The absolute dream. I couldn't believe it. And then the team is so spread up throughout that entire fight that Cloud9 is able to get their way with just one-on-one fight. It was like a 4-on-1, but then somehow Fnatic turned it around, and now they're on Fire Giant because they have the time. What is life?
This is the second time this weekend I thought Spectator was glitched. That's what it is.
Well, that fight for Arachne, since Cloud9 was so spread out, was a perfect fight for Arachne. That's what she wants. She wants to be fighting little 2v2s.
Right, exactly.
1v1s.
Yeah, she's the worst team fighting god in the game.
Yeah.
But if there's no team fight and she's fighting one person at a time.
Have you noticed the positioning as well? Captain Twig has been going on these huge full flanks, is what I would call them in the FPS genre.
Scenic
going
flanks.
all the way. Yeah, scenic thing, I guess, in MOBA. He's going all the way around and then just getting the one-on-one.
Well, what Badger did there, after he stole it, we all laughed because we saw him roll out. He gets into the Geb auto attack and then rolls out. But right there, rolling out, some of Cloud9 chased him, and it split the team up for Arachne to do that. So great play by Badger.
It was blind rage. They were like, how dare you? even think that you should have gotten that, let alone get that. We are going to kill you.
That's the hardest part about competitive play on anything is avoiding the tunnel vision.
Oh, man, I
as
know.
soon as you get that tunnel vision, when you just go on tilt a bit, and you're just like, you know what, man, I'm killing you. I'm not calling anything out. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I bet in their comms they're like, "Oh my god, he actually got it." They were probably surprised themselves. They're like, "Kill the Geb, kill the Geb," as he was rolling away.
But they lost the team fight. They lost the Gold Fury. They lost the Fire Giant. Let's take a look at the graphs and see how things shape up after the whole thing in this this huge cliff dive.
Oh, it was AMC's auto.
So
Dang.
AMC auto.
Okay, so Geb got
Gotcha.
ulted by Ares. Didn't quite work, but from what they saw on the production side, it sounds like an AMC auto attack found it, and now all of the hype is ruined, and I want to leave.
It's okay. That's still cool,
It was
though.
still cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
still cool, man.
And Geb still rolled
Dude,
away.
no
still
one
after
needs
he
to
got it.
fact-check anything, okay? Just let it live.
No.
Right?
You need to know what happened.
No.
very
I bet everybody in
All
chat's like,
speculation.
AMC got it, guys. What are the casters talking about?
yeah, for sure, right?
Aurora's going to get his first Reddit thread. Why is this guy in the desk?
It's all right. You got like 900 more to catch up to.
Yeah, you're good.
So the Tier 2 is going to be taken away here from Cloud9 as Fnatic will continue to push down a
Gold is
5-man
spiking.
grouping. As now, Omega, he went to kind of farm up there, and that was really just to try to hit all of his stacks. He's just now getting to 99 stacks on the Warlock Sash. And that's the scary part about going Book of Thoth first, is that those stacks aren't really as important as Warlocks.
So what we should see here pretty much is just them move up, get a shockwave, throw the Zeus ult down in front of it, stand in the Zeus ult on the red team, of course, and just burn this Phoenix down. Not looking to reinitiate, go back, take the other tier 2s, extend their gold lead as high as possible, and then spend the gold. That's the number one play here to make.
Yeah, right here, too. Oh, we got to fight.
Blink
Good.
Cataclysm comes in. Omega's health is gone. As now Jeff Finla is right in the middle of the Zeus ult. He's only got one charge on him as Ananser's going to throw out the wall. No escapes here as well. Captain Twig shreds through the Ares. And even though they only got one Phoenix that they're looking at, they might be able to win this game here. Mackie trying to save it for his team. Stealth loses one health bar, and now he will sit all the way back, forces out the rewind as well, and they're not going to be greedy about this one. They're going to go and take down the tier 2 because that is one healthy Titan.
They're attacking the Phoenix, and they don't know the tower's there.
So
All right.
before that fight started, I wanted to say that Cloud9's comp is a Tri-Guardian comp. Fnatic only has one Guardian, the Geb, but Geb is the best Guardian against other Guardians. So right now, in
right
this
there,
yeah.
the Badger's shield to take away the no escape. He's like, just take it. Don't use your beach, just take it. And then he
his
threw the shield down.
ultimate.
Beautiful.
His ultimate got Omega caught
Wow.
instantly.
Okay,
Captain Twig gets the one-on-one, and
Jeff's up.
Jeff is in a spot to be able to hold this here, and Badger being relatively low on health, it looks as though the call is going to be take down the tier 2 and head back, buy up. I mean, they have stealth down for 45 seconds
at
and
this.
Mackie for 40.
Omega teleports to the tier 2. Don't do it. Don't you do it. You're so
way.
ready. You're so
No
dead.
way.
You're so dead.
Oh,
Why
my
would
God.
you do that?
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. But Omega is not a legend because he died.
Omega just saw him in a ball
So we
on the
figured it
map,
out.
and he was
That's simple equation right there.
he just saw them all together on the map, and he's like, "Oh my god, I want to get another Hades ult like I did earlier on."
Oh, yeah.
So he tried to blink in and get it, but Arachne was there just to meet him. So
There's no better feeling than getting like a 3 or 4 man Hades ult.
yeah.
Gold in hand, please, Clumsy, as Reels looks to the Gold Fury. He's sitting at
my
2,300 right now. In hand, doesn't have much online in terms of, you can see that the 6th item slot is completely empty. He's probably looking for a Deathbringer here. Not going to have enough off this. Even with the tier 2 on right, he wouldn't have had it. But he could build into something else here. We'll find out when he heads back.
You know, what a good performance, just still on the flip side of everything, is Mackie in the Hunter role. I know we touched on it earlier, but 6, 5, and 7 going up against Fnatic. I mean, Mackie doesn't fill in a whole bunch on Cloud9 just because, they're the world champions. They always come together. They always are playing together. So for him to just be able to pick up and do this is impressive.
Yeah, it's really good. Mackie also was alone at the start of the game because they started double jungle, so you got to keep that in mind too. So him not dying in lane was great play by him.
Especially against a Moose and Cobb. So much damage control and pressure he was able to keep up. Maybe that has to do with the fact that Reels was pushing. Omega in some trouble here. Will get his own blue buff. Pillar of Agony stealing that away can't. Oh, he's trying to bait. Good dodge. Wow, they're really putting pressure on him. He has no way out now.
Yeah, he has no way out, and he knows it.
Devour Souls was great to heal there, but Reels actually hits him with the Stinger, stopping him from being able to escape. He would have been forced into beads there. With that, Fnatic able to go for the Fire Giant pretty much for free now. No contest. Left lane, you can see Maggie trying to keep those Fire minions out of the base. And now free Fire Giant. Fnatic looking to close this one out.
And this Fire Giant's going to go relatively quick here. You can just see the members of Cloud9 that are alive, the 4 of them. Omega still down for 40 seconds on the sideline. They're just going to kind of group up and hold the base, but Reels is like, guys, wait. I have around 7,000 gold in hand right now. Let me go back and buy something, please.
Deathbringer is now done. He saved up enough for it. This is one of the strongest players in the game right now, playing one of the strongest characters in the game. What AMC lacks in the ability to escape from fights, he more than makes up for in the ability to kill people.
But now he has Blink because Sprint 3 got the nerf bat.
But he still technically has Sprint anyway, given the fact that he has Fatalis.
True.
Yeah,
so there you go.
He doesn't have the slow immunity though. That's a huge
That's
thing.
the big part.
Can we check a Muz and Cobb right now for attack speed? Very important. You're going to see him at 1.89 with Hives. Going to keep him below the cap even with Fatalis. But he doesn't have a ton of penetration.
So now Jeff Hinland missing the first chain here. Geb shield right onto his teammate. They get pulled in there. And now you will see Annenster just running out of this one. Searing Flesh trying to deter him. Captain Twigs going all the way into the backside, but he's unable to get it. Omega throws out the ultimate, but Phoenix gets taken down. 5 members of Fnatic. Their eye is on Cloud9's Titan. It's already at 47%.
Yeah, they got this. The second Phoenix also went down on the left side. The Fire Minions burned in there. Rewind's going to be perfect. Titan still sitting very low. 5% right now as they turn to team fight phase once again. Andy was dead to rights, but not before the Titan
Geb
falls.
auto attack. Geb auto attack on the Titan, though.
All right, production, you can let that one go.
Yeah.
We'll believe that one.
That's...
All right, so yeah, we got to check out the replay for the Gold Fury, guys.
Yes.
Oh, it's a Chronos auto attack. There's so many stories
So
today.
what's good about this is like the telephone game, right? Like, I tell Aurora, like, I think Aurora, DM's good, and you tell Aurora that I think he sucks.
So Badger gets pulled in here. Jeff trying to control it. It gets very low. You can see it's about 15% right now. Chains come out. We're in 1/4 speed.
Yeah.
Badger's going to be running in here, and I guess keep your eye on Maniac. He turns to Jeff, and they decide, let's just see what we can do here.
Look at that health!
Look at the auto attack.
Oh, no! It would have been it! No! The magic Geb auto attack!
Oh, my God. That one little baseball.
It was the grassy
across.
knoll, bro, the whole time.
Oh, man.
That is... Dude, the Geb auto attack probably would have done it.
Maybe.
I trusted you.
That was heartbreaking. And
I trusted
I'm
you.
sorry, guys.
And you let me down.
The Geb auto attack probably would have done it.
See? That's right. Gone DM, bro.
But it didn't.
Touch my fist.
Did not.
Touch my fist. Oh, man.
So, Cloud9, 6th place. Not something everyone expected.
Yes, but I think as soon as Barracuda was sick, everyone was kind of like, well, maybe they'll win a couple games.
Yesterday didn't go well so much for Mackie. Today, though, if you guys are going to make a ridiculous Reddit thread, please make sure you praise Mackie for coming in, subbing in again, and having an incredible game in a 2v1 lane. His on her was absolutely
against
inspiring.
Reels, too.
Against Reels. Like, it's Reels.
The God. But anyways, I believe we have Kelly on the floor with someone from Fnatic. Maniac.
Someone.
Hey guys, I'm here with Maniac, and congratulations on your win here. I know this matchup might be a little bit different than the matchup you had yesterday. What exactly is your mentality going into a game like this?
I mean, we're just looking to have fun. I mean, we were looking for get to the finals and win the tournament, but we couldn't do it. So, I mean, playing the 5th and 6th place match, so we just, play for fun. Pretty much.
Why Arachne?
Well, you should ask Twig that, but I don't know. I just, fun picks pretty much, yeah.
So the next game is going to be Titan and Paradigm. Now, which of those two do you want to see go into the finals?
I want to see Paradigm, I think, because, we are friends with them, and I think they're stronger than Titan, so I'll bet in, like, 3-0 for Paradigm.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, everyone. So what can we expect from you and your teammates going into the fall split?
I expect we, do even better next split. We're gonna prepare even more for because next split it's for World, so it's like way more important than this one. So we'll make sure to be prepared for the next split, and we'll do our best.
Well, good luck going into the fall split, and everyone will be going into the first game of the semifinals. But first, we're going to look at a new top 5 plays.